Hi, this is Dana, and on this channel I speak about spiritual warfare. I have another channel on astrology and the Facebook page with prophetic writings, which I wrote for years, and I invite you to read those. Um, Before I start my video, I will acknowledge as guided the fact that there are individuals who are making a lot of efforts to copy me, to impersonate me, to steal from me and do harm on me, but also to use my energy in order to engage with others for the same purpose, to do harm on others. So please be cautious, don't engage with anyone in my comment section. And just be cautious, particularly to this aspect. Now, in this video, God has guided me to talk about one very recent discovery in my investigations, very recent, and I mean by this just this morning. Literally, this is related to the dynamic between these convents and mercenary organizations which are creating bondages. And I explained already this. There's a whole industry. There are a number of different types of organizations. They worship different entities. They do different type of attacks, different type of work, all of it with darkness, all of it against God, and all of it to do harm unto others. Each of them has different other alliances with other organizations. Many of them have also alliances with organizations abroad in other countries, and they work together for the same purpose and so on. So it's literally a criminal network which is interconnected in many different ways. Now, the one aspect, that's why I call it industry, and also they do this as a role play. They are rewarded in money and material goods, in land, properties, houses, cars, jobs, opportunities. They are actually, some of them, especially these that are doppelgangers, they are being used in entertainment industry because essentially they are viewed as a device, I will call it, as a device of carrying your energy. So there are so many ways in which they are being used. The doppelganger career, to say so, it's nothing to laugh about. It's something really serious, and a lot of harm is being done. This is not some silly individuals who want to be you. This is something very well organized, and it is being used in order to make a lot of money. And for example, I'll give you one example, very simple, because this is not a topic of today. They will use a doppelganger as a device of harvesting energy from you and infuse energy into different type of wrongdoings, including in entertainment industry. They use doppelgangers in order to put in specific type of activities your energy, like in movies, in certain type of products from entertainment industry. They put your energy into that. Just understand that if somebody does this, they can create connections, energetic connections from you to everybody who views that movie. And they can then do harvesting energy through all that audience. This is done very easily through even through a curse, even through some ritualic practices in which basically they just put your energy in a movie through somebody who's carrying your energy, yeah, and basically they create a string between all the audience who watches that movie. And I have been shown for many years by God, that there are individuals who actually are promoted in professional careers in entertainment industry, but also in political parties and in many other type of organizations, only for this purpose, as a vehicle to carry your energy, to harvest energy from you to that individual, and through that individual to infuse energy in whatever is happening that they are creating, and they want you connected to that. So you'll understand this is really complex work. Anyhow, moving on from this though, the topic of today is about connections between different convents. This is also related to it, actually, if I think about it. So I guess God showed me to talk about it. So there are many, many different ways in which they interconnect with each other. I'll give you an example if this came to mind. If we take this example, that they decide to use a movie in order to project onto certain people a certain type of energy or certain type of mind programming, yeah, and they decide that you are the one with the energy which they need, enough or powerful enough energy, so they will actually impact that audience. They will create a doppelganger of you. They will connect the doppelganger to you to steal energy from you, and they will place that doppelganger in that movie. They will actually create a career for that doppelganger. And this is the price with which they lure them in to do this kind of dirty job. That individual will have a very famous career, a lot of fame, a lot of money, and so on. But what they achieve through that is that they connect your energy to that movie. And through that movie, they project with your energy on the audience. Now, imagine only in this example, how many convents are being involved. There will be the convent which is connected to you. There will be the convent which is creating the transfer of energy. And there will be the convent in entertainment industry, which is actually overseeing and creating darkness there. And this applies also in political life, in everything. All of them are using this, are harvesting energy and using this, including political leaders, they are involved and they actually use this in order to be elected in office. Yeah. Okay, so let's moving on though. This is just one example that you have multiple convents working together and multiple criminal organizations working together to create a final product and the final outcome. But there are many mercenaries which take part in this, and all of them feed on you, just so you'll understand. But the one point which I actually wanted to make today, and the message that I really wanted to convey today, because I found this really important, and I think it's relevant. Actually, God showed me that it's very relevant and can be very useful information for certain individuals who are involved in making divine justice in 3D. Namely, that when we are talking about a generational curse placed on individual, and most of us have generational curses placed on us, as I explained, and that includes, as I said in the previous video, please watch my video on generational curses, but that pertains basically of 7 cycles, 7 karmic cycles. When they do this generational curse, this is 7 cycles. Each cycle has 7 years. That means 49 years. That means for 45 years, due to this altar magic of generational curse, they get to be connected to you. Even if you break each and every single bondage created on you, even if you do healing, even if you cut cords constantly, even if you are very successful in doing all of this spiritual fighting and healing, still they get to do this, just because this is altar magic. Yeah. But the information that I want to convey today is that the initial convent which created the generational curse on you and placed your name on their altar is part of each and every single bondage further created on you. So there will be many individuals, convents, and organizations which will create bondage on you throughout your lifetime, throughout those 49 years. Yeah, but each and every one of them has to go. It's mandatory. Has to go to work through the initial convent which created the generational curse. So the individuals involved in creating the initial generational curse on you will be linked to you and will be feeding on you 49 years, even if you break off with those individuals early on, even if you never speak to them again, even if you cut strings, heal, and do all the work necessary, still, just because they were the first ones to create the generational curse, everyone who links to you, yeah, throughout this time to create bondage on you, to harvest from you, to do all of this harm, all of them go through the initial creators of the generational curse. So you imagine how many people you drag with you, feeding on you, stealing your opportunities. Literally, these individuals involved in bondage creation industry, believe me, I investigated myself, they don't do anything else. They don't have a job 9 to 5 like you did, like I did. They don't have a job and they don't pay mortgage and they don't work all their lives in order to achieve basic material benefits like purchasing a house or a car or so on. They gain all of this just because they are part of this original team who created generational curse on you. And because of this, they get benefits from each contract. They get percentage from each further contract which is being created. They are in touch with people who later on enter your life and do bondage on you. They have negotiations among themselves and they have actually percentage. This is how it works. God just showed me this morning. Also because there are questions which I keep asking, and I keep asking, how come this individual is still connected to me? I never spoke to him since we divorced, for example. How come he gets to harvest from me? How come he gets to steal my business opportunities and my career? Because I never spoke to him in so many years, almost 20 years. This is crazy. And God has shown me this. This was revealed to me now. Also because it was ended now. So this is why, actually, this is an important information so you know. Everything that you didn't get to understand, it is always being revealed to you when it's completely closed up by the divine realm. Actually, you will see this, particularly when you get to end the generational curse and to close up that cycle. A lot of things will be revealed to you and will start making sense. Whatever you didn't get to understand or learn about throughout the bondage breaking will be revealed to you when that cycle is being completely closed, when that individual is completely blocked by the divine realm from you. Then they will show you things which are relevant but were not mandatory for you to break bondage, and they were hidden from you. Then you get access to that information. So this is important for you to know as well. I highly recommend that in those moments you take notes, because then, in my experience, the most important information I found during those times, or maybe not the most important, but very important, like this one now, which I am conveying and I'm sharing with you, namely that there is a systematic institutional or type of organization between them in which they have percentage of gaining material goods from further bondages created on you. If 200 convents come throughout 49 years to do bondage on you, all of them will pay a percentage to the one who created the original generational curse on you, because all of those bondages are being created through that legitimacy of this generational curse, which is created by a convent. Yeah, but they use that as a legitimacy base for what they are doing, in order to summon darkness and to send darkness upon you, and so on and so forth. Yeah, I think this is extremely important, also for your peace of mind, because I know that when I started my spiritual fighting consciously, and I started learning consciously about healing, energy healing, to me it was very frustrating and couldn't understand why I cut some cords and with individuals with whom actually I had no contact in so long, and then they will still recreate those chords. And I kept asking myself why it's being recreated, because this individual is not that powerful to recreate a bondage, which I actually refuse. And I know for a fact I'm not giving any kind of emotion, feeling, or anything to that individual. So I don't open doors for a string creation at me. So it was something I couldn't grasp. Why they keep reappearing. And God is showing to me, because behind it there is a mutual understanding between convents, in which, again, everyone who's creating new bondages will pay percentage to everyone who's there before them. Yeah, they will work together even if they didn't know each other when they started creating bondage on you. They end up working together and ganging up against you. Yeah. And they are, of course, very much conscious about all of this. They know all of these rules, and they actually demand to be paid, because they literally claim rights over you. This literally, it really functions like principalities. They are this evil. You must be very evil to steal money from someone with whom you have, to steal money in general, but also to keep doing this for a lifetime, stealing money from somebody who is not even present in your life, and actually that doesn't want to be present in your life, and so on. Now, I believe this information is really important, and God showed me to make video. I didn't intend to make a video only on this. I thought I will talk about it later, but God insisted that I speak about it this morning, because God said this is important for the justice system. Because when a judge or a lawyer requests a punishment for somebody, they must know that there is no situation in which somebody did a bondage on you and then they left you alone. They actually, once they start doing bondage on you, they stay stuck on that path, and they cooperate with others, which later on create bondage on you, and they get percentage, and they are paid because they allow others to do bondage on you. So I hope that this message will get to those actually who will be using this in order to make true justice, true divine justice, and to understand the drama they try to play and the lies they try to say when they try to get away from being punished. They are not only very much aware of what they created against one individual, but they are very much involved, and not only involved in sense of being consulted, but paid for all the further bondage which is being created on you for all the 49 years. Yeah. And from this they build a life. They build a life from this. They buy houses, they go on vacations, they literally upgrade. God is whispering to me now. They upgrade their standard of living with each and every bondage that they allow to be created. And the odd thing is that they don't even need to do much anymore. They could just basically sit laid back and wait for others to do bondage on you, and they just claim money from percentage from that bondage creation without being even stressed to put the work in. Yeah, without being stressed to put the work in. I hope the justice system will take this in consideration when they decide upon punishments. And I really hope that this will also give peace of mind to individuals who don't understand why they cannot cut off certain individuals, or why certain individuals keep reappearing, and so on and so forth. It is because of this. Because literally they... to me, it's like it's like a pimp type of career, where you just collect money and opportunities and career and so on and so forth, only because you allow others to do harm onto somebody with whom maybe you don't even have any kind of connection, and you have clearly no legitimacy to have a say in this. Yeah. So anyway, I hope this helps everyone, and I will see you in my next video.